Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Judicial season is upon us. Um, I would like to introduce you to my first guest, a candidate for the Circuit Court of Cook County, Patricia Spratt. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
First of all, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and I want to say hi to your law partner and my friend and County Commissioner Larry Sepperton for helping arrange it. And why don't you tell us something about yourself?
Well, I'm a lawyer practicing in the city of Chicago and Cook County. I've been in the legal field as a lawyer for 23 years. Before that, for 25 years, I was in the legal field as a secretary or as a clerk. So I have a long history in and out of courtrooms and the legal process. My practice is commercial litigation with Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister. I represent a variety of commercial and some non-commercial clients. And now I'm running for the circuit court.
Wow. So what just made you decide to take the jump from the secretary to the actual law part of the...
The history of my life, the arc of my life is not yet flattened out. About every 20 years I reinvent myself. I get this nagging voice in my ear that I can do more, I can contribute more, and I should keep on going to do more. So I went from a secretary, I went to law school later in life. I went at night school while I was working during the day, but I graduated, and I graduated with honors and with a couple of accomplishments that I'm proud of. And then I practiced law for 23 years, and now that voice is back saying, you can do better and you can do more. So I think that the highest level for a lawyer is to seek to be a member of the judiciary where you can do the most good, and that's where I'm headed now.
Very good. And well, how do you go about? It's not the same as if you're running for whether it's county commissioner or state representative. How do you go about running?
Well, first you have to identify a race that you want to be in, and you get your petition signed, and you survive challenges to your petitions, and then you go out and you meet people and you do things like this. This is a great opportunity. Yeah, you talk to the people over the airwaves, and you talk to the ward organizations and the unions, and you wait for the voters.
Very good. Very good. So are you traveling the length and breadth of the county to meet people?
I am, as a matter of fact.
So going to a lot of different events and all the rest of it, or?
The ward events. I was at the Chicago Federation of Labor. I'll be visiting African American churches starting this Sunday. And as soon as the weather stabilizes and we don't have those sub-zero temperatures, of course the L platforms and the railroad stations to meet people.
Yeah, that would be nice. I hate to say it, but as we're filming, the weather's stable the wrong way.
We're in a cycle of cold, then wet, then cold, then wet.
Yeah, well, no, I haven't seen as much melting as I'd like. Matter of fact, I felt bad because I didn't get a chance to shovel. She's our first guest today. I didn't get a chance to shovel before she came. I've got the steps down, but that's about it. It's been a rough weather period. So, I mean, is there something special about the law? Obviously, you've been in the law for a long time. What's so special about the law to you?
Well, the first job I had, I was still a senior in high school. I was working in a small law office in Wheaton after school hours. The lawyer would travel between Wheaton and Joliet. There were two offices. And he would leave things for me to type up, and he would have signed things that I had typed up the day before, and I would take them over to the courthouse and get them filed. And on one occasion, it was the snow of 1967, when he couldn't make it to Wheaton and I wasn't in school. He asked me if I could get over to the courthouse because there was a case up and he didn't want it to go unanswered. I thought that was a great opportunity, so I got down to the courthouse and I waited, and when the judge came out, I watched what everybody else did, and then when my case was called, I stepped up, and the judge gave me a little bit of a hard time about, young lady, are you a lawyer? You know, I felt like Dorothy the Meek and Humble, but I managed to get through it, and the clerk helped me write the order, giving us a continuance, and I walked out of that courtroom thinking, that was cool. I think I can do this.
Wow.
And that's where it started.
That's great. Yeah, I remember that snowstorm. So
Not unlike this.
yeah, I'm surprised. Well, you know, I was on the far southeast side at the time. I can't imagine it was very easy to travel around then.
We lived 6 blocks from the courthouse. I walked it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, I still remember the buses stuck in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm.
So, in any event, yeah, there's no question. I mean, people don't realize how important being a judge is, or the fact that, you know, when you look at the different races, a judge can have more effect on your life, and probably would if you have to appear before one than a congressman or an alderman or that sort of thing.
That's correct.
You know, you're talking about life, freedom, liberty, and all the rest of it. You know, your marriage, your money, everything.
Everything.
So there's no question about its importance. So you've been doing mostly commercial litigation?
Right. Right.
And is that the kind of area, I mean, they're going to obviously, you know, if you get elected, and good luck, you know, they usually send you to traffic court first, but is there a particular area you're hoping to eventually wind up in it when you become judge?
My experience would best serve the community if I were in either law or chancery. But Judge Evans is very good at assigning people, and if I'm elected, wherever he puts me, I'll do the very best I can for the people.
Very good. Very good. And yeah, it's every cycle I learn more and more about how things work, and it's always interesting to me, that's for sure. So it's a fascinating system, it really is. So do you have a website?
We do, sprattforjudge.com.
And that's SPRATT?
Correct.
Okay, and so if people would like to invite you to speak at their event or something like that,
I'm happy to come.
okay, and they can reach you at Spratt for
Judge.
Judge.
Right. There's a link there, and I think there's an email link on there.
Yeah, very good. So I want to thank you very much. Patricia S. Spratt, that's the way it is in the ballot?
Correct.
Okay.
Patricia Susan Spratt.
Patricia Susan Spratt, candidate for judge, that's the Neville vacancy?
The Neville vacancy, right.
And SprattForJudge.com. Presently a partner at what was Shefsky Froelich, now Taft Law.
Right.
We want to wish you a lot of luck in the election and in the campaign.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.